Have you ever just felt stuck? You know that feeling, right? Like life is just heavy and you're dragging around all this stress and worry every single day. Well, what if I told you there's a fundamental principle that might just hold the key to changing all of it? Okay, let's get into it. It is so frustrating, isn't it? You feel like you make changes, you try to do things differently, but somehow you end up right back in the same old situation. It's this cycle that can feel absolutely impossible to break. Or, hey, maybe for you, it's more personal. You tell yourself, okay, this time I'm setting better boundaries, or I'm gonna choose people more wisely. And yet you find yourself attracting that same kind of energy, that same kind of pain, just with a different face. And oh man, this one hits hard for so many of us. You're putting in the work, you're giving it everything you've got, but that real sense of fulfillment, of complete success, it just always feels like it's slightly out of reach, like there's a missing piece to the puzzle. Now, think about this for a second. You know those people who you're around and everything just feels lighter? Their presence is just calming, they have this uplifting energy, and then you check back in with yourself and you feel weighed down. You feel the stress and the burdens. What's really going on there? What's the difference? Well, what if the difference isn't just luck? What if it has nothing to do with random chance at all? The secret, the thing that connects all of this, is something called vibration. The law of vibration is actually a pretty simple but really profound universal truth. It says that everything, and I mean absolutely everything, is in a constant state of motion, of vibration. Whether you realize it or not, every single thought you have, every emotion you feel, it's all sending out a specific energetic signal, a frequency, out into the universe. So probably the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to imagine the universe is just one giant radio. It's always broadcasting on countless different frequencies. And here's the thing, we're both the receivers and the broadcasters. It's just like tuning that radio, right? If you want to hear your favorite song, you have to dial into that exact frequency. If you're a little bit off to the left or to the right, what do you get? Just static. Well, this idea suggests that life works the exact same way. You have to tune yourself to the frequency of the reality that you want to experience. So your personal vibration, your mood, your general state of being, it acts like a powerful magnet. When you're constantly living in a state of stress or complaint, you're putting out a low frequency vibration. And since like attracts like, you can't help but pull in more experiences that match that feeling. But the reverse is also true. When you consciously cultivate feelings like gratitude and joy, you raise your frequency. And that high vibration becomes a magnet for great opportunities, positive people, and a feeling of abundance. Okay, so this is the part we've all been waiting for. Knowing the theory is one thing, but how do we actually do it? How do we go from being tuned into all that static to broadcasting the frequency for our favorite song? And you know what? The answer is so refreshingly simple. This isn't about some huge, life-altering event. The real power to change your entire reality is found in the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, it's a cycle that can start the second you wake up. Before you even check your phone, before the day's stress rushes in, you start with gratitude. Then, when that negativity inevitably pops up later, you don't fight it, you just interrupt it. Take 5 deep breaths. To release that heavy, stagnant feeling, you move your body. Walk, dance, whatever. Then, you turn that positive energy outward with a simple, genuine compliment to someone. And to close the loop, you end your day by remembering the good stuff, actively tuning your mind for an even better tomorrow. This really brings us to a powerful way of looking at all this. The universe isn't out there punishing or rewarding you. It's simply acting like a mirror. It reflects your own energy back to you with perfect, unflinching accuracy. What you see in your life right now is a direct reflection of the vibration you've been sending out. So what this all means is that this isn't about fate, it's about choice. In this very moment, and in every single moment after this one, you have the power. You get to choose what you focus on. You are in control of the signal. So it all boils down to this one simple choice. You can choose to broadcast a signal of fear, of stress, of complaint, and the universe, that giant mirror, has no choice but to reflect back a reality that's filled with more things to be fearful and stressed about. Or you can make a different choice. You can consciously decide to broadcast a signal of love, peace, and gratitude, and then just watch as your reality begins to transform to match that beautiful frequency. So, the ultimate takeaway here is this: you are the broadcaster, and your life is simply the reception. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, is a signal that is actively building your tomorrow right now. The universe is always listening. So, the only question left to ask is, what will you choose to broadcast?